Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's brand new podcast episode. So, today we are going to be talking about rebuilding your life after domestic violence. And this is really an important topic that we must talk about because there's not a day that goes by that I talk to women who are looking to rebuild their lives after domestic violence. They're feeling stuck, they're feeling overwhelmed, and they're looking to reclaim their power. So before we get started, please like and subscribe to my podcast on Spotify, Google, and Apple, and all the live streams. And please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Let's Break the Silence with Angeline. We go live every Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. And please stay in the know. So, want to continue to receive resources that will equip and empower you on your healing journey. Stay in the know with news and special promotions and live events. So please go to my website at letsbreakthesilence.com. The link is right there in the bio. Please like and subscribe to my podcast, and please subscribe to my newsletter for the latest information and latest news and live events. So, like I said, today, this is a very important topic that I have not discussed on my podcast. So we are going to be talking about this. So rebuilding life, what does that look like? Have you ever been in a situation where you have transitioned out of domestic violence and you really don't know where to go, who to turn to? How do I rebuild my life after domestic violence, after escaping my abuser? Well, today I am going to discuss 10 ways that you could rebuild your life after domestic violence, because guess what? This is a journey. Rebuilding life after experiencing domestic violence is a journey of recovery and empowerment. So here are some of the key points that I am going to be covering today. Number one, acknowledgement of trauma, meaning acknowledge the fact that you were in an abusive or narcissistic relationship. And trauma can have a long-lasting effect on survivors. So, I'm sorry, healing starts with acknowledging the emotional, psychological, and physical impacts of domestic violence. So that's where the healing takes place, taking ownership, acknowledging the trauma. Because when you acknowledge the trauma and you acknowledge the fact that you were in an abusive relationship and surrender, that's when things start to open up for you, meaning abundance starts to open up for you. So it's important to recognize the fact that you were in a traumatic relationship, and this requires a lot of shadow work. And, speaking for myself as an example, I acknowledged the trauma. I went for therapy for a little over a year, and then I hired a coach and a mentor to help me remove those blocks and remove those self-limiting beliefs that crippled me for many years. So it's important to acknowledge that fact. So acknowledge the trauma. Number two, I always talk about this, safety planning, okay? It is so important to create a comprehensive safety plan, meaning, as you all know, I was in an abusive domestic violence relationship. And what I had to do is I had to take action. I had to make a plan of action. And please excuse me, I am recovering from a bad cold, so please excuse me for the cough. So I'm going to make an attempt to get through this live this afternoon. Okay, so it's important to have a safety plan of action in place, meaning, you always communicate to the authorities where you are. In the case of myself, I had to make a safety plan, and make sure that when I got out and escaped, that I had a safe place to live. So Saratoga Springs at that time, 15 years ago, was my refuge. And I explored the area. And I'm happy to say that I built a life for myself there. And now I am in Florida. Okay. So it's important to make that safety plan. So, for example, obtaining legal protection. Now, there are different legal orders of protection depending on the state that you live in, and also ensuring the physical safety of survivors and dependents. Now, in this case, I did not have children, but there are single moms out there who do have children. So it's important to have a safety plan and an exit plan in place to protect your children, and also have some legal protection over your children as well. Seeking support, and I talk about this all the time. Number 3. So this is so important. It's important to surround yourself with people who believe in you, people who are on a higher level than you, and have supportive networks, such as, for example, friends, some family members, and community resources. Okay. What I did, I connected with local shelters at that time in New York, support groups, and counselors or coaches who specialize in trauma and domestic violence. And that's really, really important, because I had to align myself with the right people. Because if you align yourself with the wrong people, they are going to take you down a rabbit hole, and it's just going to be so much harder for you to recover from that. So it's important to have that in place. Okay. So number 4, sorry about that. Okay. Therapy and counseling. So explore the benefits. So explore therapy, explore counseling in the healing process. This is so important. Professional guidance. You can hire a coach such as myself, because I do have a signature program for domestic violence survivors to help them step into their true identity and purpose. Because guess what? When you're in that domestic violence, you lose your identity. You start to lose your sense of purpose, and you have no idea. And you're like, where am I? What am I doing here? You lose yourself in the process. That's what I am trying to say right now. So you lose yourself in the process. So it's important for you to recognize that. So, I have a private Facebook group for support. And, I have a community of women who talk about their experiences. And my goal is to rebuild their sense of self-worth, because that is so important. So we have someone tuning in here right now on my Let's Break the Silence Facebook page. Hi, Connie. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you for joining the live, and I hope you're getting value out of this. So actually, we are live right now on my Let's Break the Silence Facebook page. So thank you so much for joining us. So we're talking about rebuilding your life after domestic violence. So seek resources, seek support, seek supportive networks. There is, I went to a therapist for 1 year, okay, during my healing process. And then I hired a mentor and coach to help me take myself to the next level. Okay. Financial independence. And I know that this is something that women struggle with. Okay. Achieving financial independence is a major step towards empowerment. So, for example, finding employment, accessing resources for education and skill development, gaining financial literacy. Because what happens is, a lot of times with women who have been beaten down to the ground financially, they're scared and they feel overwhelmed, and I can totally understand that. There's so many resources out there right now. You can check out work from home opportunities. You can, check out, I know that when I was on my journey, I found a network marketing company beating a health and wellness company that changed my life. So this way I could earn income, because I was paying a lot of money out of pocket to my attorney at the time. So, it's important to access those resources. So Connie is saying, I didn't deal with DV, but I suffer from PTSD from my boyfriend. Wow. Yes, I can help you with that. Actually, Connie, let's do this. I will send you an invite to my private Facebook community. So yes, because survivors, of domestic violence or trauma or narcissistic abuse, they do suffer from PTSD. That's post-traumatic stress syndrome. So definitely I can help you with that. So at the end of this live, I will post the link here. Excuse me, sorry about that. Okay, I will post the link to join my Facebook group. Okay. So I will definitely post that right after this live is over. So now what's also important is rebuilding self-esteem and confidence. This is so important. So the journey, for speaking for myself, I had to rebuild my self-esteem and confidence and self-compassion. Okay, self-love is so important. And self-love doesn't exactly mean getting your nails done or going to the hair salon, because if you're not able to do that, self-compassion, self-love means that, going out for a walk in the park. Now this morning, and I still do it to this day, I took a yoga class this morning in my apartment complex. There's a teacher who comes here once a week, and she teaches yoga. So I am getting back into shape, and one of my goals is to increase my flexibility and strength. So I attended a yoga class this morning, and it was so invigorating. Oh, you're welcome, Connie. My pleasure. I will post a link to join the Facebook group. Absolutely. We have a great community of women, and you will love it, and feel free to share your story. Okay, so self-compassion, going out for a walk in the park. Now, if you can get your hair done, go get your hair done. Take a yoga class. Do things, what lights you up? Is it painting, pottery? And also setting realistic goals and writing them down and celebrating your small victories along the way. Okay. Okay. And the next thing is number 7. And please accept my apologies for the cough. I was a little sick last week, so I was not able to go live, but let me take a little drink of water. It's also important to establish healthy boundaries. This is so important, to maintain and set healthy boundaries in relationships. And survivors, I know for myself, once upon a time, I was a people pleaser, and I would answer my phone at all hours of the night, but I've learned to set healthy boundaries. So meaning I do have good friends, and they do support me, and and if they call me at the wrong time now, I do not answer the phone. So I shut my phone off after 9 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Sunday. And also I am in quiet mode from 9 p.m. Eastern time until, I would say, around 8 a.m. Eastern time. I do not answer any messages. And if anyone sends me a message after 9:30, after 9 p.m., I don't look at it until the next day. So that's an example of setting a healthy boundary and also asserting yourself. Okay, if you're not happy with the situation, asserting yourself. And those are ways that you could rebuild your self-esteem and confidence. And celebrate your small victories along the way. Because guess what? Your small wins lead to the big wins in life. So make sure that you are celebrating yourself and celebrating your small victories. Okay? And when you set healthy boundaries, let's say you're remarried again and your spouse says something that is not agreeable to you. And I'm not remarried, but for speaking for myself, for a friend, I would say I understand how you feel. I use the feel felt found method, but I feel that you are not respecting me and this, and this, and you need to support me, and I want your support because let's say you're starting an online business, or let's say you're pursuing a work from home opportunity, or whatever it is. And you're setting aside that time. It's important to set that healthy boundary and say, look, I'm devoting 2 hours to this because, my goal is to build an income for myself and my family. That's just an example. Okay. So make sure that you are setting healthy boundaries. That's very, very important. That is a skill set, and that's something that I teach in my coaching programs. So this is my favorite, rediscover passions and interests. So I want to encourage you to explore your interests, hobbies, and passions. Rediscover what brings joy and fulfillment, because it can be a powerful tool in rebuilding your life. For example, what lights you up? What are your hobbies? What are your passions? And rediscover what brings you joy and fulfillment. Now, I rediscovered recently, because I'm always growing and evolving, I am looking, to start singing in the choir again. So as soon as my voice gets better, I'm going to sing in the choir again, because they have, here where I live at the residential complex, they have wellness activities. So for me, I love wellness. I want to stay healthy. I, would love to sing. And also I would love to speak on stages and share my story to millions of people, because the world needs us right now more than ever, because right now we are living in a chaotic world right now. And more than ever, our voices need to be heard. So, and also another way to rebuild your life after domestic violence is empowerment through education and advocacy. So the role of education, there actually yesterday, through the National Domestic Violence Hotline, they were actually talking about teen violence. So, do your research, get educated on domestic violence, get educated in empowering survivors, which is something that I did. I went to the local library. At that time, I had no laptop. So I went to my local library in Rhinebeck, New York, and also Saratoga. And I became empowered to help other women find their voice. And there are, there are opportunities for survivors to become advocates for others, sharing their stories and raising awareness about domestic violence. Because more than ever, we need to raise awareness about about domestic violence. And the last thing is, it's important to look forward, okay? I'm a forward thinker, and it's important to build your resilience and strength, because when you build your resilience and strength, you're able to help others. And our obstacles are opportunities for growth and happiness in the future. So focus on the possibilities and new opportunities for growth and happiness in the future, because when you do that, then the world opens up for you. So strength and resilience is so important. So important. So, and it does take courage for survivors to rebuild their lives. It really does. But you can do it. And guess what? If I could do it, you could do it. So I hope this live was helpful to you today. And also, I have a special announcement. So back in February, I did a 2-day workshop, and it was the ultimate virtual event for the woman who wants to rediscover herself and also be empowered to step into your divine power and identity. So actually, I am going to be doing a 2-day, I'm going to be hosting here on my Let's Break the Silence Facebook page via Zoom, a 2-day virtual event revealing my 9-step process designed to help you release and heal past wounds that have left you feeling overwhelmed, inferior, and lost. Okay? So during this training, you will be shown how to up-level your mindset from victim to victor with specific mindfulness exercises, utilizing the tools of journaling to gain clarity, empowerment, and we're also going to do journal prompts. You're going to learn to care for your soul and love your whole self through self-care practices. And I will show you my favorite solution to rediscover yourself and be empowered as you step into your divine power and identity that will lead you to your true purpose and calling in life that God is calling you towards. So it's going to be a 2-day event. It's going to be on Tuesday, August 27th, and Wednesday, August 28th at the end of the month. It's going to be from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time. So come prepared with a nice journal. This is one of my journals that I use, okay, because we're going to be doing some exercises, okay? So the event has already been drawn up on my Facebook fan page, so I will post the link to join the event here in the comments section. And it's going to be live interactive Zoom. Okay, so please be on the lookout for that. So I want to thank you all for tuning into the live and to the replay here on today's podcast episode. So please, check out, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, this live will be uploaded tonight, and it will be live tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern time. And please like and subscribe to my podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple. And if you could leave a positive rating and some feedback, I'd really appreciate it. And also, please subscribe to my newsletter, okay? Go to letsbreakthesilence.com, and that's it, okay? So the live event is going to be August 27th and 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I will post the link in the comments, so you can just click on the event link and join, and there will be a Zoom link. So we are going to be live on Zoom for 1 hour. So I can't wait for this. I want to wish you all an amazing day. Thank you for being patient with me regarding my cold. And please look for this podcast episode that will be uploaded tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern time, live on Spotify. And have a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you.